I gave the awkward, weird guy who's been obsessed with me since October a chance because I was lonely. Now I'm starting to like him. Let's call this guy Daniel, male 38, with me being female 29. I didn't mind the age gap, so don't hyper-focus on that. We are both legal adults. Our first date he was awkward as heck. Not as attractive in real life compared to his Tinder pictures. I was going to Europe for a few weeks the next day or so I figured I wouldn't have to deal with ghosting him since my phone number wouldn't work. He managed to find my WhatsApp number. I don't know how. I have a different number linked, one he doesn't know. He began messaging me while I was in Europe, so there was no escaping him. Since we went on one date in October, he always asks me to hang out, which I decline. He asked me to go to Las Vegas with him and drive, but didn't want to be in a car with him for 4 hours each way while only going on one awkward date. I was still texting him every few days just to not hurt his feelings, but I set up strict boundaries and rejected all of his advances or when he'd asked to hang out. I don't know why I kept talking with him. I guess a part of me felt really bad and didn't want to hurt his feelings, so I let it go on for so long, although I wasn't interested. That all changed one bad day I had. I had been switching between different medications and I was all sorts of wonky, depressed, anxious, etc. All my friends were busy with their own lives and my therapist was on vacation. I really needed to get out of the house and do something besides wallow in self-pity. I had been single for about 2 years and just recently back in September started going on dates, 2 total, including the date with Daniel. I have tears in my eyes as I text him, hoping we could see this new film at the movie theater. He agrees and he picks me up and takes me to the movies. We agree to split the cost of the tickets and popcorn so that he doesn't expect anything from me. He reaches to hold my hand and I let him, considering we were having fun and he was really respectful during the movie. Anyways, he takes me back to my apartment and I invite him in. I don't know why I changed my mind about him so quickly. We go into my living room and watch New Girl and cuddle on the couch. We end up kissing a bit and he admits he's liked me for a very long time and that for some reason he can't get me out of his head. I dismiss his comment and say, I had a lot of fun with you. Then he says to me, let's do this again. I agree, not knowing what I was getting into. A part of me feels like he romanticized me while barely knowing anything about me. Another part of me liked the attention and just went with it. I know that's not fair to lead him on if I wasn't interested, but I promise that's not how it is now. It's been a few weeks of us hanging out a lot, watching movies, going out for dinner, and he's grown on me. He's a really great kisser. He's really intelligent, extremely funny, and I admire him for creating such a great life for himself despite that he came from poverty and had an unstable upbringing. We finally made love last night and it was amazing. More than that, so much intimate chemistry on top of the fact that we have a great time when we hang out together. He invited me to spend the night with him tonight as well and said he would buy us delivery and wine. He briefly mentioned that he'd like us to be in a relationship in the near future. I told him it will come with time. While I'm infatuated with him after only 2 or 3 weeks of hanging out, I wonder if he's romanticizing me or something instead of actually liking me. I guess I'm worried that he liked me for so long while I was continuously giving him crumbs and bland responses since October, yet he's still trying to keep in contact with me after all of those months. I'm worried I'm going out with him for the wrong reasons because when I contacted him I was lonely, but I feel as if he's really brightened my days and I look forward to getting his text now instead of dreading those notifications.